Intercepted. Thank you for all the support that we had last year, man. It was really great, so I'm excited to be starting a new season of Intercepted. Today I am welcomed by a special guest. He's a legend, not only just in this city, but just in college football, period. My guy, Tyson Bagent, man.
KB.
Appreciate you joining me, man. Listen, first of all, before we get into it, I definitely want to say, man, you're one of my favorite teammates. You're one of my favorite teammates on the team, not only because just who you are as a player, but who you are as a person, you know, everything. I'm a very observant person, and ever since I've been here, man, just how you handle your business, you're a true pro, and you're definitely a great addition to our locker room for sure. So let's talk about, this win that we had on Sunday, man. I think, starting the year 0-2, honestly, it was tough. Obviously, we had two tough divisional opponents to start the year out. We didn't start the year the way we wanted to, but to go out there at home and, in my opinion, kind of dominate the Cowboys. You know what I mean? I think that was really good offense, defense, special teams. We was all clicking. Caleb threw 4 touchdowns. Got everybody involved. I'm talking about from Luther, Rome, DJ, Swift made some plays, and obviously our defense had 4 takeaways. And to be 100, and I'm pretty sure the fans feel the same way. To kind of get a really good win. Obviously Fluke's the defensive coordinator. I think that was pretty cool to do. How do you feel about that game, and what was you seeing from your perspective on kind of how the team was clicking?
Yeah, I mean, I thought offensively it was by far the smoothest and the high. We operated at the highest level so far.
Sure.
And I think being at the beginning of the year, it's still a lot of guessing going on about what a team's going to do,
yeah, exactly,
who they are, what their strengths and weaknesses are. But I thought we did a good job of guessing what they were going to do. And I think that from the ground up, player coaching wise, I think it was a bit of a mismatch out there, and people executed at a high level. While also, I don't know how you guys feel on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, I thought we were very effective.
Yeah.
But man, there's still a lot of meat on that bone.
100%.
A lot of meat on that bone. A lot of plays out there to be had. And like you said, I mean, what a step in the right direction to be able to handle, America's team at home, a dangerous offense, hold them, shut out in the second half.
Exactly.
Offense, playing complementary football. I mean, the best defense is the offense on the field.
So, 19-play drives.
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
Yeah, to come out, to end the half like we did, come out at halftime like we did, I think that's just a recipe for success.
100%. And I think you said this, the best thing about it is that, when you play as good as we played, there's so much other things to clean up. That's always good. It's always more encouraging because it's like, bro, we could be so much better. And we all know on Monday is like, there's always going to be a ton of mistakes in every game. But it feels a little bit better when you win the game versus when you lose because, when you
minimizes mistakes.
I was just about to say that.
Losing amplifies
it. It amplifies it, bro. So it was cool. Let's talk about the locker room, bro. Let's talk about, obviously, Ben getting his first win. But this guy's intense, isn't he? Like, he's super intense. I mean, his whole speech and everything. It's funny. I seen a video, bro. His veins was popping out his neck. He was so turned.
Daily.
And kind of talk about that. Like, obviously, I'm not in all the offers and meetings, but talk about just his intensity, but his also attention to detail when it comes to just being a coach and just being a leader of men.
Yeah, I think he is as intense as I've seen so far in the league. Yeah, and his intent is as high as anybody I've seen in the league.
I love that.
And I think that goes for every single detail that is happening. I've heard him talk about the defensive side of the ball a little bit. Probably not as much as maybe you have in a meeting or two. But as far as
DA's intense too.
As far as offensively, I mean, this dude can go from knowing the ins and outs of what we're supposed to do on each play to then bam, flipping the page and going immediately to the left tackle and every step he's supposed to take and what his intent is supposed to be on the play and how can we get on the same page and this needs to happen and that needs to happen in order for this to be successful. All 11 need to be in unison. And yeah, I mean, just as intense. I mean, he's on a mission, and I don't know what exactly I know there's probably some Super Bowls involved in there.
For sure.
But he's on a mission. He doesn't want to be an ordinary head coach, which is at least not what I have gathered from watching him do his thing and just the offensive mind that he is and the spots that he's able to get guys in. He's able to utilize guys to their strengths. I think Luther Burden is going to be an amazing player in this league.
Absolutely.
Can he maybe handle the load of being in there every play? Maybe not yet.
Yeah.
But wow,
I mean,
what a way to utilize a weapon like that and not shy away from that.
Yeah.
Ben's the kind of guy that leans into stuff like that. And it's like, man,
100%.
We can use this cat. He can be effective in this game, and I thought that he just did that across the board. Once again, at the most intense level possible, not cracking a smile, making sure the clock sees
He's super
0.
serious, huh?
Yeah, all the time.
You know
That's
what's
what I'm
funny?
saying. He's on some kind of weird mission. I don't
Bro,
know.
I seen a video of the flea flicker.
Yeah.
And they cut to the sideline. He just had the most serious face, as if this wasn't just like a extremely awesome play.
Yeah. And
he just had the blank face, like you said. I think
something cool about that, man. It's like doing what we're supposed to do.
He has like this. I mean, I hate to say it, he has like this serial killer type of mindset of he wants to put up 60 points a game, and if that's not happening, he's gonna be happy we won.
Yeah.
But he's gonna go to sleep that night thinking about all the other plays we could have made, and I love that.
I remember the couple days we get off after preseason, going into the season, that like 3-day weekend that we get off. And he's telling guys, hey, go home, spend some time with your family, turn it off for a couple days, and leaving that meeting, I'm talking to him, I'm like, man, what you getting into this week? And he's like, yeah, I'll be here. I'm like, you ain't doing nothing? He's like, it's standing there. He starts shaking. He's like, nah, I can't turn it off. I'm like, man,
that's hilarious.
Listen, I'm glad you're my head coach.
No, absolutely.
Sure.
No, Ben's dope. As I was doing research for this episode with you, that's why I was really excited to get you as our first guest. And I told you that. I said, I want you to be our first guest. And when I say legend, I say that very lightly, but no, seriously. I want to just brag on my QB real quick. This might take a little bit, so just kind of chill. So I'm going to brag on him and kind of go into about that. For people that don't know Tyson Bagent, so Tyson was born in Martinsburg, West Virginia, attended the local high school in Martinsburg High, played football and basketball, right?
Straight hooper.
I believe him too, for sure. So in high school, man, this guy won 2 state championships, junior year and senior year. His senior year, he was named Gatorade Player of the Year in West Virginia. He threw 41 touchdowns in 1 year, which is insane. It's almost unheard of. Finished his high school career with 7,800 yards and 112 touchdowns. Like, you got to start putting this stuff in perspective. Like, that's like 30-plus touchdowns a year, which is crazy. He ended up attending Shepherd University, which is in West Virginia as well, which is like 20 minutes from the crib. 15 minutes from the house. It's just a quick little drive. He was a Harlan Hill winner in 2021. He came in third in voting in 2022. He holds 25 school records. 25. 7 D2 records, which includes completions, yards, and touchdowns. But your passing touchdown, 159, if I'm correct, is the NCAA record of all time. So that's big time stuff. And I don't know if you knew this or not. You and Caleb are the first Harlan Hill and Heisman Trophy winner teammates of all time, and let alone just quarterbacks, but just all time. So if you guys don't know, Harlan Hill Award is basically the D2 Heisman. So you got a D2 Heisman and D1 Heisman in the same, not only the same team, but in the same meeting room, which is pretty crazy.
Shout out to Harlan Hill.
Shout it out,
Chicago
man.
Bears finest. Let's go.
So let's get into it, Tyson. I want to ask you, obviously we just spoke about all the accolades that you had in high school. What was your recruiting like out of high school? Because I'm looking at all these numbers, and then I see Shepherd University, and I'm thinking like, man, you probably should have been at West Virginia University, like a super big D1 school. Like, what's the deal with that? Like, what happened?
So, I mean, it went about as good as you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, for sure.
I won the job my sophomore year, kind of unexpectedly. We had a senior guy that was supposed to continue being a starter. Able to come in, win the job, was successful sophomore, junior, obviously the senior year, as you said. But the recruiting business was funny, man. It was like, West Virginia flirted here and there, Marshall University flirted here and there. But really, I had got offered from the University of Albany, New York, and Robert Morris University, small D1 school in Pittsburgh. Both of them were trash. Both of them are pounding the rock.
Yeah, right,
it's cold as shit out there.
It didn't fit your game.
I'm way too scared to leave home at this point in my life. I had been going up the street to go watch Shepherd games. They had went to the national championship in 2015. Quarterback before me, Connor Jessup, got a shot with the Redskins in training camp. I had been to some games. I thought he's really good, but I'm like, man, if I can just be as good as that guy, that's all I'm looking for is just 100%. To sneak my foot in the door, right? So ended up committing to Shepherd. They had already been throwing the shit out of the ball. So went in there, won the job my freshman year. Funny story, my first game, one of the Broncos running backs, Jaleel McLaughlin, it was his first game as well. We played against each other.
Oh, wow.
He rushed for 350. I threw for 500.
In one game?
And this is both of our first games
what was the score?
ever in college. 35-33, they ended up winning.
So he played for the other team?
He played on the other team.
Oh, I'm thinking y'all was on the same. I'm thinking y'all on the same backfield. I'm like, yo, y'all had to win like 7 points.
That was super cool. And
yeah, that's dope.
My rookie year, we ended up playing the Broncos. Jaleel ended up catching the first touchdown of the game. So kind of like a full circle moment there.
That's tough.
But it was really cool. Won the job my freshman year, and then from there, man, it was shit just
took off.
Yeah, it just got nuts. I mean, we handled business my freshman year. We ended up going 7-3, kind of a down year. Then my sophomore year, kind of climbed the ladder a little bit, made it to the second round of the playoffs, going 10-3, I believe. And then junior and senior year went 13-2, went to the national semis, and we had ended up getting a new coordinator my junior year, who was really into throwing the ball. So that was the year we won the Harlan Hill. We kind of successfully made it out of COVID. Didn't have a lot of guys graduate and start their life yet, which is a big thing at D2 because not a lot of cats going to the league. So a lot of dudes looking to kind of start, having families, making money, all kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of like at the end of my sophomore year, started scouts started coming to practice. And then by the end of the deal, we had kind of all 32 teams coming through every month, coming to practice, hanging out, seeing what was going on. Able to get a invite to the Reese Senior Bowl my senior year. Ended up getting invited to the Combine. Was able to go there and do pretty well. Then obviously, draft day came and you had to party.
Trust me.
Like, Pops, we going in the fourth round.
Going to the league.
But yeah, the recruiting process was funny, man. It was like West Virginia, like you said. If you're a kid that lives in West Virginia, man, you looking at West Virginia University like, wow.
That's where you're supposed to go.
Yeah,
especially being one of the best, if you're the best player in the state too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was very, very funny.
It's crazy how all that stuff ended up working out. God has the mysterious ways of working things out in your favor. I kind of want to backtrack too. You kind of spoke about you was kind of scared of leaving home a little bit. Did that play I'm sure that played a big factor on why you wanted to stay home at Shepherd, by just not wanting to be home. Talk about that, like your relationship with your family and kind of why you wanted to stay closer to home.
Yeah, me and my family are super tight. I'm the oldest of 4, so I got a younger brother, and then I got 2 younger sisters after him. And yeah, me and my brother, we shared a room until high school, and
same here. Me and my older brother too.
Yeah, shout out my brother. Super tight. Mom is the best. Pops was my coach in youth league always growing up. He coached my brother. He trained me and my brother until I got to college, damn near. So I think all of that, I had been living in the same little roof with like 8 people, 8 of the same people my whole life. I got both my grandmas up the street. So just little stuff like that, being 17, haven't really gone anywhere my whole life. Yeah. It was, especially with the football aspect of it, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah. At that point. So let me ask you this, though. If you would have had, let's say, an offer from, obviously, a D1 school outside of West Virginia, would you have took that offer and went there, or would you probably would have made a big consideration?
Yeah, I mean, it would have had to been a dream come true. Like, I wasn't going to go. Like, if the University of Albany was a good football team, I still don't know if I'm going to the University of Albany.
Which makes sense.
But if Oklahoma comes calling, obviously Boomer Sooner, we got to go.
Yeah, you don't turn those opportunities down.
But yeah, with the opportunities that I had, I was like, man, ain't no way.
Well, I think it's dope too, because you said that you obviously Shepherd's 15 minutes from the house, but it was a quarterback that was there that you said ended up going to the league.
And it was a powerhouse of a program.
Yeah, exactly. But also just having that vision of like, and I think that's probably good just as being young, seeing like, okay, this guy ended up going to the league. Like, people from Shepherd can make it to the league. So if I could just be half, or I could be the type of player that person is, it's kind of good that kind of put something in your brain. You spoke about your relationship with, obviously your father coached you. Did some research on that. Your father is a special talent too. He is a world arm wrestling champion 28 times.
Yeah.
28 times is crazy. Yeah. What was that experience like, growing up, being around your father, kind of watching that, and like, what did you learn from him, just with his experience of being an athlete himself as well, but just like about hard work and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, with him, it wasn't really like it was the hard work, but not not more or less seeing it and then reenacting it. It was like he just yoked us up and was like, hey, you are about to work hard. I don't care. This is what we doing. It's gonna be terrible. But after that, you don't got to deal with me no more. You go do whatever you want. But it was like part of like almost like we had to earn the day almost. Like it was after school. We knew every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, it was going to be kids at the house, and we was about to have.
Really? At what age though? Like what age he was really having on there working out? Crazy.
So he got involved with CrossFit.
Okay.
In 2008, I want to say. So I was 8. And from then, so he got involved with CrossFit, started working with the guy who invented CrossFit. They kind of put a lot of pressure on everybody to open up their own gym at some point. But before that happened, it was like, you know, my dad's always been a super hustler. Like, not a lot of people know about arm wrestling because there ain't no money in arm wrestling. You know what I mean?
I get
you know what I'm saying?
Sense,
so it was like he was grinding and doing all these things with arm wrestling, trying to pay the bills. But you know, especially back in the day, now you can monetize it a little bit better with the phones and all the media and stuff. But you know, it was a struggle back in the day. So any type of side hustle that he could do, he was doing. And one of them was people that he knew. He's always been a great leader, great coach.
Sure. And
now he had all the information on CrossFit because he'd been working with him. So it was like every day we knew as soon as we got to the house, it was on and it was time to go. And then just kind of from then on, I kind of developed my own love for it as I got to college.
Right.
And kind of continued it going. But yeah, he's always been super hands-on. I mean, his dad was kind of not the greatest dude ever.
Okay.
Had about 100 kids with 100 different women.
Whew.
You know, he
Rolling Stone.
You know what I mean. Didn't take care of none of them. My dad didn't grow up. He didn't have running water till about I don't even know when.
I remember you spoke about that.
Living in cars and just really struggling, like straight up Appalachia, like. Nobody's nowhere to be found health wise, but my granddad owned an arm wrestling bar and grill.
Okay.
In the same town.
Yeah.
And so when he
wrestling bar and grill,
so it's like there's like arm wrestling tables and dudes be getting drunk and arm wrestling.
It's lit,
right?
It's some West Virginia stuff right there, boy.
Exactly. My granddad, he was just all about strength. Like if you ain't strong, you're not like a real man or something like that, right?
Okay.
So 14 years old, my dad starts hanging around. He starts, cleaning the spot up, working for my granddad. Eventually starts arm wrestling, sees my granddad likes it, and becomes the strongest dude in the world I feel like, to help mend that relationship and have them have a relationship. So it's like a crazy thing. And he becomes the world champion of the world, greatest left-hand arm wrestler of all time.
So give me a example of one of the toughest workouts your father put you through in that gym or whatever when you was a kid in high school. Like, give me an example of like a crazy workout.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of gymnastics involved at a young age. So like, a lot of handstands, a lot of burpees, a lot of pull-ups, a lot of squats. But I mean, it was like super super casual and normal to have like a day where we do some warm-ups. And he wanted us all to be athletes too. So a lot of the warm-ups, a lot of the stuff that we do before the workout was like, hey, here we go. We play on one-on-one. Wide receiver, DB.
Okay,
like, you know what I mean? Like working on our skills, like we're balancing on stuff.
That's dope, though, man.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. But then it'd be like, all right, here we go. We're gonna see who's got it. 100 up downs for time right now. And
100 up downs.
Blow the whistle, get the time going, see who would win. But it was just like that constant like competition.
Yeah, the competition.
Kind of just like.
You kind of had like a sibling rivalry a little bit with your brother.
Yeah, there was a time when he was about 6 or 7 and I was about 9 or 10 where he was like the greatest little athlete in the world. Like this mug was like Barry Sanders at 6, 7 years old. So there was a time where like up downs, for instance, this dude's getting up, he's 3 feet to the ground.
Right.
He's up, down, up, down, up, down.
Really?
So it was like, it was a good, it was a lot of that. But even if it wasn't my brother, my dad would somehow find a way to get the best athlete in town over to the crib. And then so we can see him.
Exactly.
So that we can go against them and just all that kind of stuff.
I guess where that competitive spirit comes from, bro.
Absolutely.
But I mean, so it's funny because I remember when I first signed here last year, right? And, during the time when I first signed here, I didn't know too much about most of the guys on the team. I didn't know too much about you. But one thing that I noticed is something that I've never seen, I never see. Just like on off days, I would come in, get my recovery stuff, and I would see this guy in the weight room doing like super intense workouts. And I'm like, this is a quarterback. Like, you don't see quarterbacks do the workouts that you do. And you kind of spoke about, obviously CrossFit being in your life at a young age. when you obviously start playing quarterback, and obviously you're playing quarterback at a high level at D2, did you, like, do you think that kind of made you who you are as a player, and how does that impact you as far as now? Like, because you still do a lot of CrossFit workouts in the offseason. I see what you do in the offseason.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that impacts you as a player? How has that made you or helped you become the player that you are now?
Yeah, I feel I obviously I wouldn't like recommend somebody. I wouldn't recommend a football player do CrossFit.
But you've been doing it for so long. Exactly, it's kind of part of who you are.
Exactly, yeah. Which is why I know how to kind of like, especially at this level, like kind of dip in and out of it without it hurting my performance on the field. I will say I did not think that way up until probably last year. Man, I was just be getting after it.
Yeah.
Like, middle of the season, like damn near be sore on. That's
what I was watching. I was like, bro, this dude is intense,
like,
bro.
Be sore on game day, but like not really thinking much of it. And then, I talked to Brent more, and I start talking to other people, and I start getting older myself.
Yeah.
Then I'm just kind of like, all right, like there's a time and a place. So like the off season is my time and place where I'm like, I love the off season because I can just go straight into just like CrossFit crazy mode and not have to worry about like, oh man, my damn shoulders
and all that
like,
stuff.
Nah, so, but I think more than anything, it's completely calloused my mind. Like, some of the most horrible suffering of my entire life that I didn't need to do, that I just chose to do, which then makes being a quarterback way easier.
100%.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, there's no getting out of this as a quarterback unscathed, man. You do good, you do bad.
Absolutely.
You are going to get crushed.
That's real.
And I think that this whole thing of me doing CrossFit and me doing horrible workouts, things that just really set my lungs on complete fire and make the rest of the day easier. It just helps me be able to absorb whatever the fuck comes with this craziness of being a quarterback in the NFL.
Well, especially being in a city like this, because, I mean, this city is so... obviously with the team and wins and losses, it's like to be able, like you talk about, kind of callousing your body, but also callousing your mind. To play in this position, man, it's like the ultimate focused position, you know what I'm saying? So you really got to be on it, man. I really, like I said, man, when I first met you, man, I just totally respect how you go about your business. Like you just said, I don't think I've seen anybody, especially not a quarterback, do the intense workouts that you do. So like I said, much respect. I want to ask you about college a little bit more. You had your junior season canceled because of COVID?
Yeah, we were about to go into junior year. COVID canceled it all. And then we were going to have a spring season.
Okay.
And then COVID ended up getting a hold of that too.
So, like, how do you think that let me ask you, do you think that infected or, like, negatively affected your draft stock? Or, like, do you think...
Nah, first 2 years, so at my freshman year was good. Sophomore year went kind of crazy, right? Okay. Then I'm about to go into this junior year. Your junior year is where you're supposed to,
100%,
you're supposed to have your junior year. That's where you kind of bust onto the scene. That got canceled, but I was young for my age.
Okay.
So really, for me, that shit was right on time. Like, because then I came in the next year. Obviously, nobody's happy to lose the season, and it was very strange to watch football all year and to not play football.
Yeah, exactly. That's got to be weird, bro.
Very strange. So then the next year is when we won the Harlan Hill. We did a good job. We kept the team together. We were able to pick off a couple athletes from different schools, hit that portal just right, and we came into that next year shining. So that really, allowed me to get I was another year older, another year wiser. I had another coach that I was able to learn a lot from, and then we had a different coach my senior year that I was able to learn a lot from. So, oddly enough, I felt like it was just it worked out kind of perfect for me.
And so you end up going undrafted, obviously the Chicago Bears. What was your reaction to that? Obviously, you basically been in West Virginia your whole life. You know what I mean? And then coming to Chicago, was it like a culture shock coming here, or like how was that? Coming here undrafted.
I wouldn't say it wasn't. It's pretty diverse where I'm from. I'm not in like West Virginia. I'm up there near DC and Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
So it's very normal. Very like
sense.
Normal city living. But I will say it was just the intense feelings of just like having to work so hard meshed with, damn, I don't know nothing or anybody around here. And I don't know what I'm studying either. And it's like I got about 150 more pages to look at. So just like that was like a little bit of a hump to get over. But you know how it is. I mean, once you settle and make a play.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, it's crazy because obviously you went undrafted, but you made the 53-man roster, which is I mean, for any rookie, it's tough, especially when you're undrafted, you're a quarterback. You know, a lot of times you come into a system or a team where you're the undrafted rookie, and they maybe have the starter, but then they usually have like an established veteran that could be the backup. So you'd be able to make the team as an undrafted rookie quarterback. But then not only that, you started 4 games your rookie year.
Yeah. And
I think I've seen that you are the first undrafted rookie quarterback from a D2 school to start a game since like 1950.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's a long time. You know what I mean? So like I said, you're a legend, bro. It's just really crazy. So, but how did that make you feel? Like, obviously, getting your first start was crazy, but you won 2 games in your rookie season undrafted. Like, did that kind of give you a sense of like, bro, I belong in this league. Like, I can really make plays. I can be a great quarterback in this league. Like, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, I think it was kind of just like I just kept it. That first year, I just kept everything. And really, to this point in my life now, just keep every day. Just focus on the day.
Yeah, that's,
you know what
that's
I mean?
great,
like,
bro.
if you try to focus on anything other than the day, or even not even the day, just what meeting are you in right now? What drill are you doing right now? As soon as you try to get outside of that, I mean, the NFL is so difficult.
Yeah.
You know, you'll drive yourself crazy, you know, trying to carry the weight of all the stuff that's
100%.
about to go down in this 6-month time frame.
That's great.
So I think that it was, you know, I started getting reps in practice because at OTAs, you know, I didn't really get any reps.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's a bunch of dudes ahead of me. I don't know anything yet. So I got a couple reps, you know, made some plays. I'm like, okay. You know, you start making play in practice. I mean, you feel like you're in the Super Bowl. You know,
No, that's real.
Year in the league,
that's real.
Like,
I'm
come on,
telling
it's
you.
unbelievable. You're
going fast.
Like,
everything's
damn.
flying by.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, Dexter, man, he's playing at Florida, man.
Yeah.
I'm playing at Shepherd, but this shit don't even feel that different.
Oh,
You know
100%.
what I mean?
Once you
It's
get the speed of the game, everything is just it's football now.
Yeah, to me, it was 99% mental, 1% physical, in the sense of if I just knew what I had to do on each play, what to do with each look, and react accordingly, then I was going to just be a step ahead of everybody.
100%.
But yeah, making plays in practice, get to camp, start making plays in camp. Then we had a joint week with the Colts, which that was huge because then I was able to work with the twos that week.
Yeah,
went off in practice. That was great. Go to that game, go off in that game, and then come back the next week and go off again against the Bills, and just racking those reps of like, man, just keeping it consistent. You know, what's the play? And I don't know about you, but when we're in the game, like when I'm in the game, that's the most normal I feel in my whole life.
No, that's true.
You know, I just feel like I'm completely blacked out from the world, completely zoned out.
Yeah.
I don't care what my mama's doing. I don't care what nobody's doing.
Locked in.
The dog, I don't give a fuck how the dog's doing. Nothing matters.
I love that, bro.
So yeah, so it was just like, you know, all that shit, and then going into the season and trying to get like a regular season rhythm down, and then before you know it, boom, looking at Justin's thumb dislocated as shit, and in my head I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Like, I'm like, yo, his thumb is dislocated. Like, whatever anybody ever said, thought, opinions don't matter. Like, it's happening right now.
100%.
It was against
ready or not,
right in the middle of a Flores game. So that was a great experience. But yeah, then winning those games, being able to win at home, I think especially that win, it was like the first win at home in over a year.
Wow.
So it was like, you know, unbelievable. But same thing. I was so just like focused on like each play and each second that I didn't even realize the magnitude of being a quarterback and winning in the league.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm thinking you just got to play good, but for a quarterback, your resume is the win-loss record. So
100%.
I didn't really know that at the time.
It's hard to win in this league, bro.
Yeah, it is. It's unbelievable. I mean, everybody's so good. But yeah, I don't think I understood the magnitude of it at the time, but slowly but surely, you know, as you continue to go in this league, you get a routine, you start realizing things, you start seeing things a little bit differently. You know, you got more coaches. I think now, I mean, what an eye-opener for everybody right now who hasn't been with a good coaching staff.
Exactly. No, that's real.
Wow.
Trust me.
Like, Ben, it does an absolute... Now, you know, there's obviously, it's early.
Yeah,
but Ben does an amazing job. To this point, since I've met him, to this point right now, I mean, as consistent as you could possibly imagine from a human being.
You know, he's building the great culture.
Impressive.
He's building the great culture, bro. And it's funny because you talked about your first year and being once you finally get out there and you make a play or two, it's like you almost kind of feel like you're in the Matrix. And honestly, that's kind of how I feel because I'm hearing you talk like I finally get in the game, even if it's just practice. When you finally make a play, you just start to build this sense of confidence. You know what I mean? Like for me as a safety, going into a game or even a practice, it's like once I get my first contact, then it's like now all the nerves is gone, and now it's like, okay, I'm out here, I'm playing ball. It's like basically like you feel like a kid again.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So like, man, you talk about being able to win those 2 games and not even really realizing the magnitude of it. You know what I mean? I had a time my second year in the league. Without this one, I became a full-time starter. My first year, I started like the last 7 games, but we was in like a rotation. It was the weirdest thing. My rookie year, we was rotating safeties every drive.
Oh, wow. So
like the first 10 games, I never started, but we all basically played equal snaps. I don't know why they did it. I feel like as a safety, you need to be on the field every play to get in the groove. But my second year, I became a full-time starter, and we was playing the Cleveland Browns. I forget what week. It was like middle of the season. I ended up getting 3 interceptions in one game, bro. 3 picks.
Take off.
When I tell you I was in the Matrix, I was doing stuff like seeing the quarterback covering his guy, falling off, making picks. And then the very next game we played the Baltimore Ravens at home, I caught 2 interceptions. I had 5 picks in 2 games.
Wow.
Bro. When I tell you I had never been in that type of groove in my life. But like you said, when you kind of in the moment, you don't really realize the magnitude of what just happens. You know what I mean?
Bro,
just like
you think about something like
you
that.
just look back and it's like, bro, I got 5. I basically got a season, somebody's career year of interceptions. Career in 2 games.
Career.
It was crazy. Like I said, just being in the majors. But no, you definitely proved that you belong for sure. Like I said, you're a great quarterback. And obviously just last month, man, during training camp, man, you signed a contract extension with the Bears, a 2-year extension, man. Talk about what that moment felt like for, yourself, your family. Because it's funny, I remember we were just leaving a meeting and I just jumped on my phone like, we just signed Tyson to an extension. Like, everybody was super excited, and everybody came into you in the locker room, was showing you love. And talk about that. What that moment felt like for you and your family?
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, it was great. I mean, I remember the first conversation that I had with Foles when we first started negotiating, and then just like leaving there, and because once a team starts talking to you about it getting extended, whether you get extended or not, it's wow, like this
just
is
being in this position.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. So I just remember calling my mom and dad, and my mom started crying, and it was it was just the most unbelievable feeling you could ever imagine in the world.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
just so much pride and so much like just happiness that all the hard work has paid off in the sense of like, now we can worry about just each other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just
that's
worry
real.
about each other.
Get all that stuff settled down, you know what I mean?
Let's just love each other. Let's make sure everybody's good. I mean, we got people about to be grandparents now, about to be uncles and aunts and stuff. Let's just really just, try to enjoy everything from this point on. So that part of it was amazing. And then it just came down to like, man, let's get this deal
let's
done.
get it done. Let's get it done.
Like, this should be the easiest deal ever. I want to be here.
100%.
I want to be here. Y'all want me here. Let's do it, man. But yeah, it was definitely very heartwarming for myself to be able to see my family members acting the way that they did. And it was definitely, once again, reassuring. I feel like as athletes, it does feel good to get reassurance from the people who employ you.
No, absolutely.
If it was good all.
I mean, it's got to be good because, like you said, I think for every NFL player, every NFL player wants to get extended by the team that took a chance on you in the first place. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's reassuring because you realize the team that picked you wants you, and everybody wants to be wanted. I mean, that's honestly just a fundamental thing of human beings. You want to be wanted, you want to feel valued, and then I was just so happy to see that. I want to talk about the viral moment about you speaking about your father. You kind of talked about it earlier, saying your father didn't have any running water. That speaks so much volumes to just kind of how you were raised and who you are and the relationship you have with your family. It's crazy because I remember before this kind of story about me, but I didn't really tell anybody this, but I remember before I got drafted, the year before my senior year of college, I never forget this, the winter break that you have, and then you go back to college. My family, my mom, like we didn't even have electricity. It was like we went through like a week period, we had no electricity, bro. It's like in the wintertime. And I never forget moments of just like being in that position of my family. And I mean, we were going outside in our front yard, getting sticks and stuff off the ground to kind of light the fireplace. You know what I mean? Like, so like I could understand and really like vibe with you when you talk about just those humble beginnings of like, and how much they meant for you to be able to get that contract. And I'm sure your family was just super ecstatic. Yeah, man, I'm just super proud of you. And just, I know you're going to continue to ascend as a player, man. You're a top tier quarterback. You're a top tier player, top tier person. And, man, the Bears, man, the city of Chicago, man, they got to be blessed to have a guy like you, man, in this locker room and in this city. I want to finish this interview on the best note that we can possibly finish. You're about to be expecting your first child next month, right?
October 20th.
October 20th, and it's a girl.
It's a little girl.
talk about that. How excited are you for, stepping into fatherhood? That's something new too. It's a bunch of firsts and new things for you coming this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's similar to the NFL, such a big deal that you can't even really wrap your mind around it.
Yeah, 100%.
So the thing that I've been has been sticking with me is just that, there's been lesser men that have been good dads.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And, maybe not the greatest timing in the middle of the season, but, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, this is where everything we ever worked for in our whole life, in my whole life, everything I ever did, anytime I was ever uncomfortable, it's just, here we go right now. Just another situation, something else to go through and grow through. And yeah, there's been so many just slappies that have been good dads. So I know that, man, I know I can be a good dad.
100%. I mean, you're a good person, bro.
Yeah, and the closer we get, it is the kind of something where the first, obviously learning and getting ready and everything, but kind of just in the back of my mind, like, man, listen, I'm not scared of none of this. Like, I'll go write it down in there. I'll pull the baby out. I'll cut the cord. I'm not scared of none of that. But it is, as we got the 1 month clicker now. 1 month away now, palms are starting to sweat a little bit. I'm looking at her sideways every time she makes a noise. She's talking about her low back all the time, making sure the water hasn't broke yet.
Oh man!
But yeah, super exciting. First grandkid in my family to have a kid. First sibling in my family to have a kid.
There we go.
Everybody's beside themselves excited. So
I know I'm gonna have
a lot of help. But yeah, just really just juiced up and kind of interested to see, what she's going to look like.
100%.
What kind of athlete is she going to be?
They talk about it already.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. What's she going to do? How tall she going to be? All kinds of that stuff.
That's hilarious. Well, I would say your timing isn't terrible. Mine's was probably worse. I had my first 2 kids during training camp. And so, like, when you know how locked in we are during training camp, bro?
Think of it.
It was real. So, going through the season of the first couple months of, obviously the baby's not getting no sleep, wife's not getting no sleep, nobody's getting sleep. My wife is a soldier. She's the best person in the world. She actually, some nights of the week was like, sleep in the guest bedroom so I can get some sleep, and she allowed me to sleep in our bed, which I super appreciated because
that's huge. Yeah, it's huge.
You put the regular beds in the guest bedroom, you know what I mean? So I was able to get some good sleep, but nah, man, it's gonna be the biggest blessing that you can ever receive for sure. Can I give you some advice a little bit?
Absolutely.
You talk about looking for. I'm pretty sure your wife's probably buying books and reading all these articles and like this and this and this. Like, I'm telling you right now, when the baby comes, you might as well forget all that. You know what I mean? Because every child is so different, bro. Like, when I tell you my wife had bought so many books, bro. You know me how many books I've read and we probably read and picked up? 0. Real talk. I'm just saying, like,
you can't even sleep. How you gonna read?
That's what I'm saying, bro. But like, nah, man, it's gonna be huge, man. Love on your daughter. Like I said, I had my first child was a daughter as well. She's gonna have you wrapped around her finger, bro. Yeah. I'm telling you right now. So no, enjoy it, man. Enjoy the process, and I'm just appreciative of you for coming on the show, being the first guest, man. That's a huge honor. Man, it's a huge honor, man.
I will say before we get out of here, it amazes me that people in the higher ups, of a organization can't do a better job of getting dudes like you, vets in the league, that it's not just overflowing with guys like you. You said a lot of nice things about me. I will say, guys like you, Tremaine, Grady, all the real blue collar, like, you can see, TJ's in that bucket.
For sure.
I mean, just a bunch of guys that, if it's the best product ever on the field, if it's the worst product ever on the field, there's never any doubt in my mind that you guys are giving it all you have. And I think that's really just a testament, especially, I mean, what is this year for you?
Year 10, bro.
I mean, that's a testament to the consistency and the drive and the work ethic. So all the good things you say about me, I could go tenfold about you. So I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate it, Tyson. No, thank you, man. Like you said, man, you talked about Ben coming here, man, changing this culture. We got the right head coach, and we talk about you, myself, firmly believe we got the right players and the people in this organization to change it. And, on Sunday was a really good step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
It's still a lot of work to be done. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm going to caution everybody, not only on this team, but in the media, we're still 1-2. You know what I mean? Like, and I understand how this city is about the Bears, and it's like when we win, almost felt like we won the Super Bowl almost. I'm like, bro, we ain't won nothing yet.
Yeah,
we haven't done nothing yet. We
Absolutely.
still got a lot of work. But Sunday was a great step in the right direction. And yeah, man, I'm excited about this journey. Obviously, we got Vegas coming up this week. It's going to be a great week of preparation. And we're going to go up there and try to come back home and go into this bye week 500, 2-2. And I think if we can do that, man, we can take this bye week through a lot of, good self-scouting on ourselves, really try to figure out, what we do well, offense, defense, special teams. And after that, man, we can get on the run and, try to, get to the playoffs, number one, first and foremost, win our division, and then take this thing over to the Super Bowl. But it's going to be, like you said, bro.
It's going to take everybody.
Tunnel vision. And just worried about the day, finishing this day today, which I still got a lot of recovery to do. So we're going to finish this day, then we're going to focus on tomorrow when tomorrow comes. But like I said, man, thanks for coming on to the show. And it's been another episode of Intercepted. So thank you guys for watching.